Joining me now is Donna Krepp. She's president of Residential Real Estate Services for FC Tucker. Good to see you.
Good morning, Tracy.
Just full disclosure, I had a very brief and absolute failed career as a realtor.
You did?
But, yes, that's for another time. But I say this, so I'm coming from the perspective of somebody who learned enough to know some of the frustrating things that homeowners do and don't do. So if someone wants to prep their home for sale, they need to listen to somebody that knows the business, right?
That is correct. It's important to listen to the realtor that you choose to list at your home. Mm-hmm. Most of those realtors have a list of things that they can give you to prepare you to know what to do for that showing when that buyer's going to tour your house.
Mm-hmm. So one of the first things, you don't have to completely make the home void of your own tastes and your own things, but what are some things that we should really consider?
Well, you want to look at it like this. You have maybe one chance to create an impression that's going to last.
Okay.
So you want to create an environment that's very welcoming, that when someone shows up, they feel like, wow, I'm kind of comfortable here. And that might look like this: turning on all the lights, decluttering a little bit, making sure that the home has the right temperature so that they're comfortable when they come in.
I'm guessing, as curious as a home seller is about what people think about that, they should probably not be in the vicinity for a showing or an open house?
It is not good for them or the buyer for them to be there when the showing occurs.
So if they see a family picture on the piano and then they look over and that person is in the living room, it's like that's gonna, they want to imagine themselves in the home, right? And they can't do that if the owners are there.
And maybe they want to ask questions to the realtor that they wouldn't feel comfortable asking if the homeowner were there. And then for the homeowner, they may ask the homeowner questions that the homeowner doesn't want to answer. You want to leave negotiations to the two real estate professionals. And when the homeowner's there, many times the buyer wants to ask questions like, would you leave the washer and dryer? When do you think you might get out? And those are just not questions that the homeowner wants to answer. Right. And you want that buyer to feel comfortable, and when you're there, they don't. They don't want to open the closet doors or get in the cabinets.
Okay, what are some things that we should maybe put away? I'd mentioned like a family picture on a piano. I'm sure that's probably fine, but I'm sure there's some things that we don't want to distract the potential buyer in terms of how we're living.
That's right. And one of the things you want to consider are personal prescriptions, things that you might have in the bathroom, on the countertop, at the sink.
They're going to look in the medicine cabinet. Everybody does, right?
Kind of hide those things away. Make sure you don't have your jewelry out at your bedstand or in the bathroom, things that somebody could take. But also you want to be careful with pets. A lot of times people have allergies to pets, so you want to make sure if you have pets.
Can't assume everyone loves your Shih Tzu, and that's gonna be, so if they want to have a dog-free home, they need to be able to picture a dog-free home, right?
That's correct.
What about the non-furry pets, children? I mean, to what degree do we need to? You mentioned decluttering. I'm imagining picking up every Lego in every room of the house. I know I would have to do that, but you don't have to make the children's lives disappear.
You don't want to do that because you're still living there, and people who look at your home know that you are. But one thing you might consider is taking some of their toys away and bringing them back at another day so they feel like they got a new present. You don't want too many things in any room that is distracting. You don't want to take the buyer's view away from the essence of the home where they're focusing just on what is there, the items.
I'm guessing you probably don't want to make that big batch of sauerkraut maybe half a day before the showing, right?
Smells are a really important thing.
I've actually heard people suggest you should bake bread or bake cookies right before. You don't have to go.
You don't have to go to that level, but it's nice when you do. And if you bake cookies, the buyer coming in and their realtor will eat them. And so that's kind of like a little incentive for you to do. But you do have to be careful with smells. People have sensitivities to that, and so you want to be really careful. And that
Neutral's best.
Neutral is best, but sometimes people think putting a bunch of those products that you can spray in the room is the right thing, and when there's too much of that, the buyer thinks, what are they masking?
Exactly. This is just the tip of the tip iceberg, actually, right? You got a lot more on your website?
We do, and you want to go to talktotucker.com/talk, and you can read tips there and follow our blog.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if you get your house ready to sell, you start looking at your house going, oh, we should have kept it like this all the time. Maybe we wouldn't be moving. Thank you so much for the information.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Coming up in the next half hour, we are back in the kitchen with Clay and Chef Steven as we continue to celebrate 8 great years of Sun King Brewing with a great beer-based cocktail. Plus, Patty Spittler from Pet Pals TV talks with the documentary director who will show us how we can tour Yellowstone Park without even leaving our living room. And up next, she should maybe change the name from Indie Urban Flea to Indie Urban Free. We're going to find out all there is to do, see, and taste at this fun free event.